All right, everybody, welcome back to Tech News Now. We're diving deep today into something that's really heating up out there. The private space race.
Yeah, things are really starting to blast off.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, folks, Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos' company, they just launched their massive New Glenn rocket.
Mm,
And get this, it actually reached orbit on the first try.
I know, right? Pretty impressive. It's a huge deal.
Totally. And this rocket's a monster. It's like 5 times taller than any of the rockets they've launched before.
Yeah, the sheer size of this thing is incredible, but it's not just about size. This launch kind of marks a whole new chapter in space exploration. We're seeing private companies like Blue Origin take on these ambitious projects that used to be like government stuff only. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. It's like a total game changer.
Oh, and another cool thing, they launched it from this historic launch pad in Florida, the same one NASA used for like the Mariner and Pioneer missions back in the day. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's like this passing of the torch in a way. And speaking of history, Blue Origin, they already have that space tourism business going on with their smaller rockets. But this New Glenn, this is a whole other ballgame. It's like they're setting their sights on something way bigger.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're aiming for 6 to 8 flights this year alone with this rocket.
Wow. That's crazy. I mean, that's a super fast pace of development.
Right.
And you know what else is interesting? The reactions from the other big players in the space game, like
Yeah.
Elon Musk. He actually congratulated Jeff Bezos on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter.
Oh, yeah, I saw
I
that.
mean, come on. Is that genuine or is it just good PR? What do you think?
Probably a little of both, to be honest. These companies are like rivals, that they're competing in this field with such high stakes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they get it. They understand that space exploration is hard. It's complicated. They need public support. So a little bit of public, camaraderie, it goes a long way.
Okay, sure. But then Bezos responds with, thank you, and like a folded hands emoji. What is that? Like, is he being sincere or is it a subtle jab?
It's hard to say for sure, right? I mean, that's the thing with these guys. It's like they're speaking in code and everyone's trying to decode it.
Yeah, exactly.
But honestly, I think the emoji analysis is a bit of a distraction. The real story here is that these companies are pushing the limits of what's possible in space. And that's something we should all be excited about.
You're right. You're right. It is exciting.
Uh,
Did you see that even Google CEO Sundar Pichai chimed in? He called the launch inspiring.
yeah, I saw that. It makes you wonder what's going on there, right? Does Google have a horse in this race?
Yeah, I mean, are they like subtly siding with Blue Origin?
It's possible Google definitely has its own space ambitions, so maybe this is a sign of some future collaboration, or at least some strategic alignment.
Yeah.
They're not stupid, you know? In this industry, partnerships can be just as important as competition.
So it's not just about rockets and technology. It's like this whole web of relationships and rivalries and potential alliances. It's getting complicated.
It definitely is, but that's what makes it so fascinating. The private space race is like this high-stakes game, and
Yeah.
we're all watching to see who comes out on top.
Absolutely. And who knows, maybe everyone wins in the end.
Maybe, yeah,
All right.
that's the hope, right? That all this competition will lead to amazing breakthroughs that benefit all of humanity.
For sure. All right, well, let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll delve into the technology behind New Glenn and why this rocket is such a game changer.
All right, so we're back, and one of the most important things about this New Glenn rocket is its reusability. It's a big deal.
Okay, so reusability. Break that down for me. How does that even work? And why is everyone making such a fuss about it?
Well, imagine this. Instead of building a brand new rocket for every single mission, which costs a fortune, you can actually land the rocket back on Earth and then
Okay.
use it again.
Well, hold on. So you're telling me they can land a rocket, like, vertically?
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
mind-blowing, right?
That sounds incredibly difficult.
Oh, it is. It's a huge technological feat. But that's what makes it so groundbreaking. It's like, think of it this way. It's like turning a one-time plane ticket into a multi-trip pass. You get to use the rocket over and over again.
Okay, I'm starting to see why everyone's so excited about this. So it's not just about saving money on building materials. It's about making space travel more well accessible, I guess.
Exactly. Reusability could be the key to making space travel more affordable and sustainable in the long run. Imagine a future where launching stuff into space becomes like routine. It opens up so many possibilities, more scientific missions, maybe even space tourism for like regular people,
Yeah.
not just billionaires.
Wow, space tourism for everyone. That's a pretty wild thought.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay, so reusability check. But what about the name? Why New Glenn? It's named after John Glenn, right? The first American to orbit Earth.
Yeah, you got it. And I think it's a pretty smart move on Blue Origin's part. It connects their private venture to this whole legacy of American space exploration. Taps into that national pride, and it also positions them as like continuing that legacy, pushing the boundaries even further.
Yeah, it's a powerful message for sure. They're not just launching rockets, they're launching this whole narrative about human ambition and exploring the unknown.
Exactly. But it also brings up some interesting questions. Like, will private companies like Blue Origin and SpaceX eventually like eclipse government agencies like NASA? Will they become the main players in the space race?
That's a big question.
Right.
And what about international relations? How does all of this impact that? Will we see more collaboration or more competition between countries as private companies start taking on a bigger role?
It's hard to say for sure what the future holds, but one thing is clear. The landscape of space exploration is changing fast, and the stakes are getting higher and higher.
It feels like we're at this turning point, you know?
Yeah.
It's exciting, a little bit scary, but definitely full of potential.
I agree. We're watching a new era of space exploration unfold right in front of our eyes. And it's driven by innovation, ambition, and a whole lot of money.
Well said. So we've talked about rockets, rivalries, reusability, but let's bring it back down to Earth for a minute. Why should the average person even care about all of this? How does this private space race affect us down here?
Well, it's easy to get caught up in all the hype, the rockets and the billionaires. But the truth is, these advancements in space, they really do have the potential to affect our lives here on Earth.
Really? How so?
Well, think about GPS. We use it all the time, right? But the whole system relies on satellites orbiting Earth. And that's a direct result of space exploration.
Wow, never thought about it that way.
And that's just one example. Space exploration has led to tons of technological innovations that we use every day. Medical imaging, advanced materials for smartphones, airplanes, you name it.
Huh. So it's not just about reaching for the stars. It's about making life better here, too.
Exactly. And beyond the practical stuff, there's something just inspiring about space exploration. It pushes us to dream bigger. It reminds us that there's a whole universe out there waiting to be discovered.
It's like that saying, we're all made of stardust.
Yeah, exactly. It gives you a whole new perspective on our place in the cosmos. And as these private companies keep pushing the boundaries, who knows what we'll find? Maybe life on other planets. Maybe we'll unlock the secrets of dark matter. Maybe even figure out how to travel to other galaxies.
Okay, now you're getting into science fiction territory.
I know. But hey, what seemed like science fiction a few decades ago is reality now. So who's to say what's possible?
I guess you're right. The future's wide open. So what's the one thing you want our listeners to take away from this deep dive?
I want them to realize that the private space race is more than just a competition between billionaires. It's about human ambition. It's about pushing the limits of what we can do.
Yeah.
And it's about our endless curiosity about the universe.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey through the world of space exploration. And remember, folks, keep looking up. You never know what you might discover.